Good afternoon. It's your friend Rick Osborne Jr. here at Geology Rocks, and we are at the Welcome to Hells Hollow Nature Center here. So this is Lake Metropark, Hells Hollow, and it is out in Leroy, Ohio. And we have an extra bonus today because we have Tessa with us again.
Yes!
There's Tessa. She's going to be hiking with us today, and we're going to be exploring some of the great geology that's here. You could see that there's a nice pavilion here. There's our parking area. And we are going to try to find that contact between the Chagrin Shale and the Cleveland Shale that we were able to find all the way in Euclid yesterday. So we are approximately, I'd say, 30 miles away from Euclid, and we're going to find the same rocks that we saw there. So here we go, Geology Rocks. I want all the students from Lakeland Community College to take and watch this video, and I will send you the link after we get done with it. And just to give a little close-up, we're going to be hiking down this Hells Hollow wilderness area, and it's quite steep, so we're going to be walking along, for the most part, the Wildcat Trail and the Beach Ridge Loop Trail. And we'll go all the way down to Payne Creek, as you can see, and then we'll come back up. So let's get going. So I gave Tessa a handout, and I emailed it to all my students, and there's a bunch of things that I sent to everybody for you to read as part of this lab. So make sure you do that. And some of the questions that I'm going to ask you about are related to the past history of this big gorge that we're going to see, and also some of the fossils that we're going to find down once we get to the bottom of it. So take a look at that. So Tess, how's your day going today?
My day's pretty good. How's your day going?
Oh, good. Worked, stayed home, and now I get to walk some great trails with my daughter Tessa.
Wow, that's great.
Yep. So it got cold last night. It's actually only about 39 degrees right now. And for April 22nd, it is definitely a different type of temperature. So I want to just show you how steep this is, and there's a fence line right here. And if you get to peek all the way over, you can see how steep it is.
That's steep, all right.
Isn't that steep? So we'll get a better view once we get down there a little bit. Looks like there was a four-wheeler or some type of ATV in here. So some of the historic value of this Hells Hollow area, there used to be a timber mill here, and it was really, a lot of these mills were set up along Payne Creek and Big Creek and different tributaries to the Grand River. And this one eventually does flow into the Grand River. And the last field trip we were at over there at Payne Creek in Indian Point, we're actually upstream of that location here. So if we jumped in a canoe and went down this creek right now, we would eventually get to that same spot. Isn't that interesting?
That's really interesting.
Yes. So as you can see, there's a lot of beech trees that we're walking by. That's the name of the trail here, Beach Trail. There's some evergreens, see some oak trees. We're looking at a lot of different pines, different types of species. Hi. Now you can really see. Actually, we look like this fence is starting to slump over a little bit. Oh boy, you can see how far a drop it is. This is a really good trail to get some good exercise, because going down is easy, but coming up there's a lot of steps. All right, Tess, do you want me to lead the way?
Yep. You gonna count them?
Yeah, let's start counting.
Look at how clear the water is.
Ooh, yeah, look at it is. That's Payne Creek right now. Great little shot of the water flowing really well. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 35 steps. Okay, so look at this material that I'm showing you right here. This looks like the Cleveland Shale. So this is actually right along the side here, but you can see it's a nice oily black shale. Totally different than the Chagrin Shale that's underneath it. So let's see if we can find that boundary like we did yesterday. Alright, so here we go. Look at this. We are not very far from that same material. You can see the nice outcrops that are situated there. Right there is the marker bed that shows the Cleveland Shale against the Chagrin Shale. So this is basically, we're getting to that point where we're going to see that mark. There's some more people walking. It's really not that busy. All right, so here we go. We're coming down. You still counting, Tess?
What?
You still counting?
No.
Oh, man. Going down's easy breezy. Coming up, that's what feels good. Well, we are going down section. So again, the law of horizontality states that the beds that are on top are younger than the beds that are down beneath it. So we are going down section now as we go down these steps. There's another view. You can see how close we are. Getting to the creek. Let's see, Tessa didn't bring her good shoes.
My hiking shoes.
But, here we go. Ooh, look at that tree. What type of tree is that? Anyone know? That is a birch tree. And that bark is very flammable. So if you're caught in the woods, look for your birch trees to start a fire. Alright, here's another set of steps that gets us closer to the river, or creek. Alright. So here we are. We are down here at the base of this big creek, and you can see it's flowing okay. It's not really flowing real high. It's actually nice right now to walk across. And then we're going to search for fossils on the other side. Tessa, I would not advise you to do this. I actually got a little bit of moisture in there just with my boots on. Mine got a little wet. All right. You're gonna find a wet foot is what you're gonna find. So we are across the creek here. We are looking at some of this rocky material. We're going to try to find some fossils while we're over here. So let me tell you, you want to definitely bring some either ratty shoes or get your feet wet, or look at that, or some nice high boots. Well, there's a little, it's like a mica schist of some sort, you know, pushed along here. A little glacial material. I can put you on my back. I don't want to do that. That's too fast. I'll put you on my shoulders. So yeah, I said to Tess, I said, Tess, bring some boots. And look, she's going to try to go across this. Oh yeah, look at that. That is, it's sort of stable.
Pretty stable.
Let's see a balancing act.
How's it feel?
What's that?
How's it feel?
Let's see.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. So we have a tough cookie right here. How's it feel?
Pretty good.
That is dry as a bone up there. I think you're doing good. Yeah, that's the way. So, this is why you want to bring a good pair of boots.
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, you got this. This is like nothing. So, this is actually a fun way to cross a creek. Leave it up to Tess.
I need help getting down.
All right, you are right there. Don't worry about the height. It's not that high.
Alright.
All right. Oh man, you look like a pro. Dry as a bone. Look at that. She went across that like Spider Woman. All right. So we made it across. We're both here. We're going to be looking for some fossils. I showed you some of the igneous material or metamorphic material already. Ooh, Tessa found a very nice trace fossil. So that is some type of worm or critter that was crawling in the mud at the time, and now it left that trace. Very good. That's a good fossil.
Thanks.
Let's see if we can find anything else. Well, what you can find in this area, believe it or not, in the concretions, you can find remnants of old ancient shrimp. You know, and so those are something that's just within this area that you can find these. But you have to find the concretion, crack the concretion, and then find that particular fossil. So I'm going to get down on my knees a little bit just so we could try to see some simple ones that might be on the surface here instead of cracking anything. Oh, this looks like something pretty cool. I don't know. That would be some type of stem or something, or just some type of concretion. But there's something. I'm not sure what that is. I'd have to dig into that a little bit more. So let's see. You find anything more, Tess? Dr. Weiss used to say, okay, whoever finds the first fossil gets the first beer. God bless him. So we were always on our hands and knees trying to find the first fossil. So let's see, there's a real good little chunk of trace fossils in there. Well, here's a concretion. I don't know if it's broken. Look at all these good things. All right. I haven't seen any. What we want to try to find, Tess, are some different types of clams, some shells, perhaps, maybe some nautiloids. Maybe some brachiopods. All those can be found down in here. Just take our time and poke around a little bit and we will find some. Ooh, I just found some. All right. So there is just a little cast. You can see it right there of some sort of clam right there. That's one thing that we're looking for. All right, so I get the first beer, Tess. Oh, man. Let's see. Ooh, look at this. This is real cool stuff here. These are some really cool trace fossils that show that organism, sort of that worm, scouring around on the surface here. Those are really cool. So we haven't found anything really big yet, but we just started searching, so we got plenty of time here. We're going to be looking for some good fossils. Here is another type of metamorphic schist. It's all weathered. Here is just another broken up sort of holy piece of shale. Ah, look at here. We find something that you class have seen already. What is this? It looks like a quartz conglomerate of some sort, those nice quartz pebbles. So that could be part of the shearing conglomerate that's washed down all the way down here, which you guys saw in Thompson, over in Thompson Ledges.
Is this anything?
Let's see. Ooh, that looks like some type of concretion that was in that rock. So sometimes those pebbles get put in there and then they sort of make a nice little pattern and give you that type of impression like that. Alright, so we are still sort of looking around here. We're going to keep searching for a while until we find something more. At least give you an idea of what to look for. See how this material gets spread out over big rain events, big water events. Here's a cool chunk of rock that shows some really nice ripple marks. So these are some nice, looks like some symmetrical ripple marks that are in this, and that was representative of some type of beach environment, some type of dune environment that created these ripple marks that you might see along the ocean or even the lake. See these ripple marks, Tess? See those ripple marks?
Oh yeah.
Those are good ones. Oh, here's some more of these little trace little imprints. Ooh, there's a little chunk of granite. Nice red granite. It's amazing the mineralogy that you could find in some of this stuff. That actually looks like some sphalerite. And different types of red feldspar, and nice micas and biotites and stuff. Alright, there's always something new you're going to find down here, that's for sure. It is never the same. Now there are some really cool waterfalls and actually a fault that's down here that I want to share with everybody. So let's walk down here a little bit, Tess, and you keep finding fossils and I'm going to go show everybody this fault.